Why is there a black entertainment television but not a white entertainment television? Before anybody reports this video, I only ask one thing, that you watch it all the way to the end before you do anything rash. With that said, the answer is that white people don't exist. Okay, good. You're still here. Race is a complicated and also not complicated thing to discuss. You're on the internet, so you know that there are 3 races: black, white, and the 4x400 meters. I want to inform you the truth is there's only one race, the human race. I think I just solved racism. Please send my Nobel Peace Prize to my Mr. Ship It address. But what about black people, white people, and Asians? None of them exist. But also, because we've given them names and written books about them, then they do exist. Here's the thing, race is a construct, and that is to say something invented by humans. We could have been inventing solar panels that work at night or cheesecake that helps you lose weight, but instead, we've wasted centuries on perfecting race. Was it a harmless observation and grouping of people based on superficial characteristics, or nefarious propping up of a social and economic order to maintain power? Either way, race, as we know it today, is another one of those inventions that no one asks for. Like Thunderbolt ports on Macs. Just stop, Apple. Stop making us buy new things to use the things that we already have. Sorry, what were we talking about? Oh yes, white and black and even Asian are not scientific designations. They're cultural and political ones. Which brings us to this clip from Star's television show, American Gods.
You want help? Fine. Let me tell you a story. Once upon a time, a man got... Now, how is that for a story? Because that's the story of black people in America. You all don't know you black yet. You think you just people. Let me be the first to tell you that you are all black. The moment these Dutch motherfuckers set foot here and decided they white, and you get to be black, and that's the nice name they call you?
Now, I thought that line was profound because, well, yeah, black people wouldn't have existed before the transatlantic slave trade. Okay, yes, there are people who were the color black before the slave trade, like Mansa Musa, Queen Candace, Jesus. They all existed, but the idea of blackness as a culture doesn't come up until after persons are taken from West Africa and dumped in the Americas. For the most part, various African ethnicities and identities became just black in the New World. They were mixed with other tribes to prevent rebellions and insurrections, and the idea of blackness, for better or for worse, starts to form in Western consciousness because it justifies how horrible these people are being treated. You could say, well, they really aren't people. They're blacks. And the science of the day changes race from being just a synonym for ethnicity to one that says people are so different that they should be treated differently. It allows people with power to maintain it and withhold it from those without it, for reasons that are as simple as black and white. Oh man, that'd have been a great place to end it, because that sounded so poetic. Although discrimination is equal opportunity and any color could get it. Whiteness is a direct response to a corrupt class system and in many ways to blackness. Shoot, the majority of people who are considered white now were not white 100 years ago because it's made up. Irish, Italian, Jewish people only became white in America in the 1900s. In 1944, Arabs became white according to American law. Ethiopians, who were never colonized, were classified as Caucasian at one point. So, what's the point? To go back, the various tribes that were brought to the Americas that were forced to lose their individualities as unique ethnicities, their descendants can, for the most part, only lean on the shared heritage of being black. However, for the most part, and I acknowledge that not everyone, but for the most part, white people, in quotation marks, can say, I'm French or Scottish or Irish, and being proud of those ethnicities isn't racist. But if the same person were to say, I'm proud to be white or revel in their whiteness, they're saying, albeit Indirectly, I wish to define myself by the parameters of a racist system that places me in a higher position because of something neither of us had control over. If you want to, you can have a Canadian entertainment television, or a Scottish or an Irish one, but not a white one, because it doesn't exist. And blackness exists in this part of the world until we can figure out who we are. Yes, it is flawed, but it's also the post-colonial story. It is a search for identity. The name given to us is not one that fits us or fits who we become, and we throw it off until we can find a new name that we have written. Which brings us to Chapter 2, Words That People Can't Say and the Politics of Offense.
Why?